Good day guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me Nate, and today we're back with a BMS video, as you can see. BMS 4.33 came out a couple days ago. I've been playing with it a little bit now, not too much, just about 4 or 5 flights. And I think I'm ready now to give my first impression of the game so far. Now, everyone and his dog will probably be giving you their opinions on the F-16, which is fair and fine, given that this game is an F-16 simulator. But I'm actually very keen to test out some of the other aircraft made available with brand new cockpits. So if you've watched the teaser trailer, you know that the other aircraft available are, the F-18, the Harrier, the Viggen, the Strike Eagle, and I think the F-4 Phantom was previously available, but probably has a very low resolution cockpit. But now it's a higher resolution cockpit. I mean, I might be wrong, but I definitely flew the Phantom here with a cockpit recently, so that was cool. Now I'm going to show you guys the Tornado, which is over here. Oh, someone down there, which is at Sancheon Air Base. It's the IDS variant, so minimal air capabilities, ground pounding, a lot of ground pounding. The other squadrons here are the RAF F-18 and the CF-18. So, oops, let me just get rid of this bloody chat window. I will quickly put this up. Now the Tornado here is a German Tornado. Let's take the AI Strike. You can see here it's a Luftwaffe Tornado. This is a new version apparently, because I tried to look up some information on the TACCOM reference up here, and there's actually no information available. I couldn't find it. There was the ADV, which is the air defense variant, was available. These new weapons are not yet on the tactical description, but the Cerberus IDS over here is the BOS 107 IDS is the chaff launcher, and the Cerberus is the jammer pod that comes available. Without this, I believe there are no flares. There's also a cannon here, a 30mm, I think, or a pair of 30mm cannons. I'm not very familiar with the Tornado yet, but I'm going to learn to be a bit more familiar with it. There's also the pods at the bottom. You can see the camera pod. And now, what I mean by, I wasn't joking about minimal air-to-air, because this is the only thing this can carry in air-to-air, which is a pair of sidewinders, which is interesting. I mean, flying, you can see, deep into DPRK territory with only sidewinders can be a little bit intimidating. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to blow up a bridge. So something simple. Let's quickly recon this. I want to blow a Susan bridge, and we'll set that steer point 99. Okay, fine, cool. Alright, I'm just going to cut the video here while our mission loads, and then I'll boot up the video. Alright guys, welcome back. Just to quickly show you something from the outside. The engine noise is really bloody loud. Right, but more importantly, you just missed it there. The wing sweep is automatic on this thing, so I don't think there's a control for it. In the manual it says it's automatic, and there's a limitation on the angles. There's also a small problem graphically with stuff not showing up on the wings externally when you're on the inside. But on the outside, the models are there. If I look over there, the Tornado, you can see he's got stuff on his wings, so I do not. Okay, but without further ado, let's just get rolling and roll up. Now, the flaps are down. I don't know... Oops. Yep, let's go. The flaps are down. I don't know where the flap keys are. I'm currently using hotkeys for all these switches, sadly, which me... Let's get up in the air first. So the cockpit is a fully model 3D pit. It's got 6 degrees of freedom. I can move my head around, left, right, center, all that stuff. It's all good. But unlike the F-15, which you can become... Oh, let me turn off this RWR. Otherwise that will get annoying very quickly. Unlike the F-15, which has everything like put in a reasonably familiar way, because the US aircraft tend to be more standardized, the Tornado has stuff put in very different places. For example, the little panel near the ICP, where you get all your waypoint information and lat long information. Well, that's now back here, which is really bloody inconvenient, because checking out which steer point you got assigned, and for targets, like when you're using the GPS guided bombs, you have to look all the way back there and figure it out. Also, the other problem with this cockpit is the way that the head's laid out. Looking back here where everything's written at 90 degrees towards you can be a little bit annoying. But
in position.
It's a fully functional pit as far as everything's concerned. I mean, it's about 90% the way there. Most of the switches work, but the ICP is again back here now because with this. Well, actually, I think the ICP is split somewhere else because
3 airborne.
Because half the ICP is here. This is now all HUD information, so you know, like magnetic bearings, knots of calibrated airspeed, or market indicator. Sorry.
4 airborne.
HUD brightness. But you know, I mean, it's nice. It's very nice. I mean, definitely, you know, credit to those guys for working so hard on this pit. You know, previously we would looking at a low resolution pit or using an F-16 pit. The MFDs are regular F-16 MFDs. In the real Tornado, I believe this is a map, a colored map HSD. And on this one would be an MFD of some description, I think. The SMS and RWR stuff is actually at the back seat in the real Tornado, so this is a hybrid. You can see here the panels for your chaff flare stuff, which normally F-16 would be somewhere around here, or over here. I mean, most of it is functional. It's a very functional aircraft. As I said before, you don't have many air-to-air weapons, so you'll be using the air-to-air mode extremely rarely. Actually, to engage the air-to-air mode at the moment, I'm using the keyboard for F5, F6 by default, which brings up the air-to-air mode and air-to-ground mode. Actually, a lot of the master arm, of course, the master arm is over here. So I think this is a laser arm switch in the real Tornado. I'm not particularly familiar with the real Tornado either, so take my word with a rather large grain of salt. Yeah, no, but it's good. I do like it. I see a lot of opportunities using the new aircraft, namely the Viggen, the Tornado, and the Strike Eagle, in conjunction with the regular F-16 for some interesting combined operations between the two, multi-squadron or multinational, even with the use of the different national aircrafts. That's one of the instrument lights because I can't see. You see a lot better with instrument lights because of the panels, the way that the shadows cover the panels. Yeah, I won't go into bombing stuff today because it just uses the F-16 avionics to do that. But this is just a quick look at the cockpit and see how it works. It looks fantastic. I really am looking forward to getting more of this. Let's see if I can get my buddy to close up.
Cougar 1-2, close up formation.
Really looking forward to getting more action in this. Maybe with some buddies of mine.
2, closing up.
But I mean, honestly, having only 2 sidewinders and going so deep into DPRK territory is not a enlightening prospect. You know, it is a little bit, does make it a little bit nervous. Bring him in closer.
Cougar 1-2, close up formation.
But it is a nice change to have something that's not just an F-16.
2, closing up.
And I feel like this adds a little bit more life to the game, where if you just get bored with one aircraft type, or you want to, you know, just to take a break, can do this. There's also a MiG-29A involved, and that I think is a little bit more complete than this, potentially. It is missing an RWR because the Russian planes have a different RWR.
2, in position.
Let's see how it looks. So there he is. That's my buddy. Glorious Tornado. But I will probably have a look at that next because I'm quite keen to play the default campaign on the other side of the story. But at the moment, there's just the MiG-29. I'm hoping at some point, if they do release another aircraft, it'd be a ground attack capable aircraft, maybe an SU-25 or an SU-22, if I'm being optimistic. Yeah, but yes, there's definitely a lot of opportunities for the future. Have another look for you guys around the cockpit to see what's here. Again, around 90% are functional. But it's just the layout is quite a mess, and also not having any manual for this aircraft specific or cockpit diagrams can be a little bit frustrating. I may try and dig up a manual from the actual Tornado from Aerosoft, the FXX. Oh, it's not Aerosoft, Just Flight, that's what it is. But otherwise, yeah, I would go maybe just experiment with this and set some hotkeys. Again, flaps you need to do because you can see top left my flaps are still down. I haven't been able to find out where they are yet, and I'm trying to find a spare hotkey on the keyboard for it. If you have a HOTAS, this is significantly easier. You can rebind all the HOTAS keys. I mean, since if you've got 4.33, 4.32 BMS, if you don't port it over, you'll lose all your keyboard layouts anyway. So time to get a new one. But I believe that's all I have today. I do have to go out now, so I have to do other things, but I'll leave you with a quick look at the exterior, and I'll cycle through, and you guys can have a look on the outside. Alright guys, well, till next time, take care. It's Nate out.
4 in position.